Just now root.sh has got finished. On the last video we have installed CRS and we have started up root.sh for node 1. As you can see in the current screen, your CSS, your cluster synchronization service is saying that rack 1 is having CSS active and rack 2 as inactive. So to activate CSS service on rack 2, we need to run root.sh over there as well. We have to go to CRS home. Here we can find root.sh and now we can run it. Now by the time it is formatting the voting device, there are a few settings that needs to be done with respect to OIF-CFG. These settings are required because if you don't do it, you will face errors while VIP-CA is configured. Since these information are kept into Oracle cluster registry, you need to wait for the daemon to start and let cluster registry be accessed by let cluster registry be accessed by CRS software itself. So by the time you can also check so we are expecting the CRS daemon to be up in a few seconds. And every time when you do any kind of changes in rack instance and RHEL5, you should restart your machine to get the changes properly done, because there are issues related to your disk multipathing. So there are chances that you may have some kind of synchronization error between the disk which is shared across two of your nodes. Now you can see it has ran properly, and at the end of it, while invoking VIPCA, it has given an error, and that error is because of OIF-CFG list, as I already told. So now to resolve this particular issue, we'll be doing the steps as mentioned in the document. We'll first verify current list of IPs allocated. Then we'll verify we'll set entries for our cluster interconnect and our public interconnect. Then we need to check whether all these entries are properly done or not. So if you run getIf, you can find out the entries which are configured. If it is properly done, then go back to your rack 2 machine And here now you can invoke VIPCA utility to configure your virtual IP. So this time I'll run VIPCA. Now you can see this screen has successfully came up, wherein you can now configure your virtual IP. I'll say next. Here it is saying which Ethernet device you want your virtual IP to be configured. Virtual IPs are always configured with your public IP Ethernet, and since our public IP is configured with ETH0, that is what we are selecting. Now we have to give the VIP alias name, and this alias name it will pick from your etc host. So as soon as you give it, automatically it will pick it up and it will display.